Okay, so this is a short tutorial on how to clean the contacts on a NES classic Nintendo here. You don't need much. Screwdriver, some emery boards, some alcohol, and a towel. So there are 6 screws on the bottom. You just use the screwdriver to remove, and then this top part comes off. Sorry, multitasking here. Alright. When you take it off, I forgot to put that back on. I've already got the screws off for the sake of brevity. There will be this shroud here, which is also held on by 6 screws. Actually, nope. There's one here too. So there's 7 screws that hold this one on. I have them all laid out over here. There's the 6, there's the 7. You really don't need to worry if you get them mixed up because they're all the same size. But just so that I can keep track of the count, that's why I have them together. Because they're little and you'll lose them. And then this plastic piece here, this is what controls the spring effect here. I believe there's 4, well there's actually 6 screws, 4 like this little brass screw, and then there's these 2. The only other 2 screws that you have to mess with are these here, and the only difference really is they're a little longer. Okay, and they came out right here. So you had a brass screw here and then that other zinc coated screw right there, and that's only because, I don't know if I can get it underneath here, and that's where that actually mounts to the full console. So anyway, after you take those screws out, this part here, you just kind of pull it towards you. You need to get it to slide off of that. Okay, there's that guy. There's some lovely flowers, calla lilies. Okay, alright, so now you got this board. You will in fact have to take all these screws out of the board. You've already got these out, but these down here too, because there's solder joints here that are holding right here this piece to the main circuit board. And so you do have to take all those screws out, which I believe is well, you basically, when you took off that metal shroud, you probably should have went ahead and got those out too. So that would be 7, 8, 9 screws total. So now you got this right here, and simply once you've got all those screws out, this just lifts out nice and easy. But you don't need to take it all the way out, just enough to put a little, grab here and just put a little pressure, and it's a little easier with 2 hands, one on each side. But basically you're just gonna, that slides off. See how I did that? I just push here, and it just slides this pin connector off of these contacts. This is our culprit. Most often, if you're getting the blue screen, could be this guy here having some really nasty contacts. But I looked pretty close, and they really were fairly clean. The real culprits were these guys. And so, you know, and it's just the, you get moisture, humidity. If you're outside and it's hot and you come in and it's air conditioned, you do it over and over again, and you get these little rough spots here where there's just a bad connection. And so at this point, you're just gonna use your little emery board, try to clean them up a bit. You know, don't get too rough with them, just trying to get them cleaned up. Alright, I'm going to pause and finish here. Okay, so you can see here I've cleaned them up pretty good. They're a lot more shiny now compared to the last. And you can see all the black that come off of them with the emery board and with the alcohol. I forgot to mention that you do have to open it up. You can just kind of lift this out or take the whole thing off and unplug it if you want, to get to the contacts on the back side as well. So you'll need to get both of those. And then that's pretty much it. You see, I just got it. So sorry. Lift it out of here. I just need to twist it back around. I can do this better with two hands. But anyway, so now that I've got these nice and clean, I just need to take my connector and put it back on. So let me do that now. Okay, now I got all these screws back in. Make sure you get them all. One down there, one down there, two on the top, and two over here. And let's put the cover on. Okay, so we're all hooked back up. Got my games here, my little fancy console case holder. Running mine through a VCR using RCA cables, so I don't have to use the coaxial. And power, no flashing, no blue screen, just right open to the game, no problems. So sorry about the chewing noise, that is my dog Ruffle chewing on a bottle. So there you go, easy. Okay, it wasn't that easy, a lot of screws to take out, put in, but wasn't a lot of wiring or soldering, right? And another thing, don't just blow in the games. You don't have to do that. They got contacts in there. Do the same thing you did with the circuit board. Just emery board, get the gunk off of them, wipe them down with some alcohol. I never have to blow in my games. Just put them in, they play. Well, I hope this is helpful to somebody. I got this Nintendo from my brother-in-law. Said it blue screened. He didn't want it. He gave it to me. And I'm enjoying it. Oh yeah.